Good morning and welcome back to another show. We're going to be speaking a little bit about last night, about last night's performance, speak about Darwin, and also the Merseyside derby that's coming up in a few days' time. Absolutely. I've had time to calm down after last night's result and think and watch some of the game back, should I say. It was genuinely a game of individuals. I think that's how you describe it. Certain individuals were brilliant, certain individuals were atrocious. And we're going to get straight into that, so let's get straight into it. I mean, this was the side that played against Newcastle. Queeving, Keller in goal, Robertson at left back, Virgil van Dijk at centre back, Gomez, Kwanzaa, Gravenberch, McAllister, Gakpo, Jones, Salah, and then Darwin. Just a minute. That was the side that played. And before kickoff, we were all quite confident. I think a lot of us were very confident that Liverpool would pick up the 3 points. And worst comes to worst, we've got quality to bring off the bench. If it all goes wrong and we need to get the 3 points, and obviously that didn't happen, but where do I want to start? Let's start the right side of the team. Joe Gomez and Jarrell Kwanzaa. Absolute stink between them. I think that's fair to say. They all put in an absolute barnstorming stinking performance. That was just simply not good enough. Simply not good enough. And there was one of the reasons why we didn't win last night. And others as well. I mean, we're going to get into certain other people, but I don't want to see Kwanzaa at right back again. I don't want to see him at right back again. He has to set centre back. I do not want to see Jarrell Kwanzaa play at right back again for Liverpool Football Club. Not because I think he can't do the role, which I do think he can't, to be honest with you. He's just simply not a right back. He's a centre back. And I feel like Slot would have learnt a lot from last night. I think he would have learnt to probably not make too many of these tactical changes that he did. The right side was obviously the get-at point. Jarrell Kwanzaa, I wouldn't say he was magnificent against Manchester City when he came on. Just simply wasn't. Joe Gomez last night was at fault for the Anthony Gordon goal. Got absolutely sent to the shops. I'm sorry, if you do your homework and you're coming up against these top wingers in the league, you must know how they're going to play, right? We know Anthony Gordon is right-footed. Every single time you watch Anthony Gordon play for Everton in the past, for Newcastle, for England, he's going to try and chop it in on his right foot. All his goals are off his right foot. And that's what he did. He sent Gomez to the shops and then puts it past Kelleher. But let's go through the first goal. The first goal was simply at Virgil van Dijk. McAllister is just standing still, loses the ball in possession. Bruno Guimaraes wins back the ball. Build-up plays carrying on. Gordon takes a lovely touch, spins Virgil van Dijk to the left and right, and then just slams it top bins. No complaints at that finish. Virgil van Dijk is at fault. Why didn't he just stick a leg out? Why is he just being very cautious? Why is he standing off his man? I'm not really sure why he has done that. It was a stupid decision from him to do so. Very stupid. And that cost us. And then the Liverpool goal was by this man, Curtis Jones. Lovely ball into Salah. Salah then just lays off to Jones, and it's a really, really good finish. And we're thinking 1-1, we're back into this. Let's get a foot back onto the game. It was an okay sort of second half up into the goal. So we're thinking, right, we're back in the game now. Let's kick on. Let's get the second. No. We fucking make another mistake at centre-back. I mean, I want to come to Quanta here. How has he got a 7.1 rating? He should be in the... How has he got the best rating out of our back four? What on earth? And yeah, that's mad. How has he got a 7.1? I really don't know. I don't know. And up until the 2-1, we're looking at we're about to kick on. No. Lovely ball into Gordon. Kwanzaa could have easier took a touch, plays off to Kelleher, and then Kelleher lumps it forward. That's all he had to do. No, okay, so we're thinking, right, Kwanzaa, no chance, fuck's sakes. Joe Gomez just gets absolutely spun. Like, Gordon's a tricky player, but every time he's on the attack, he goes on his right foot. He's not just going to chop you and spin on his left foot. He's going to go to his right foot. Like, it's basic defending. Basic defending. To be honest, could Keller have done better? I mean, he gets a hand to it and it just goes in. I mean, no words there. Then, right, we're like, okay, 2-1 down. Right. Okay. That was when Arnie Slot should have made the subs before the second goal. If he takes off Joe Gomez and makes the subs that he did with Szoboszlai, with Diaz, and with Trent, I think does that goal get stopped because Kwanzaa goes to centre back, Trent at right back? I don't think we can see that goal, if I'm honest with you, because I think when the subs came on, we were the better team. And I think the individuals proved that with Trent and Szoboszlai. Diaz was trying to curry as well. So then we'll come to the second goal by this man, Mohamed Salah. Trent Alexander-Arnold does come on. Bags 2 assists as well. Absolute. Yeah. Almost like a 6.2 rating is kind of harsh, I think. I thought he was brilliant when he came on. I thought he was one of the best players on the pitch in terms of the players that actually played the game last night. So Trent puts in a lovely ball into Salah and he finishes it lovely. Salah also hit the crossbar as well. I think Salah could have easily come away with a hat-trick again last night. Unlucky to not probably bag a hat-trick. Had some good chances. So we're thinking 2-2. Okay, so I was back. We're back in this now with about 15 to play. 15 minutes to play. So we're thinking, right, okay, we go again. Let's actually try and properly kick on now. And we do kick on. And a moment of magic by Mohamed Salah. And this guy's just running out of words for him. I think the best way is just to keep talking about Mohamed Salah, give him the contract. I think that's just the easiest way to talk about Mohamed Salah. Just give him the contract. Give the man what he wants. 400k, 450k, whatever the fuck. 2-3 years. Buddy bit of bosh. Give him the contract. I've seen rumours about a 1-year contract. A fucking 1-year contract's actually a disgrace. An absolute disgrace. FSG are so lucky that Mohamed Salah has worked out for what he has. Pound for pound, the best transfer in the Premier League. 35 million. I'm sorry. You want to buy Mohamed Salah now? You're having to pay 150, maybe 200. You saw Saudi clubs bidding £210 and still not enough. We got so lucky with this man. If it wasn't for Mohamed Salah, I don't know where we would be in certain seasons. And I'm being genuine. That's not a diss to the other players. The other players are absolutely. We've got some unbelievable quality players at this football club. But Mohamed Salah, he's at the top on his own. And then you've got like the Virgil van Dijks, the Trents, the Alissons. Mohamed Salah is at the top on his own alone. Okay, so then Mohamed Salah bags it at 3-2. We're thinking, right, hang on here. This is the perfect time to bring on the likes of Endo. This is the perfect time to just shut up shop, defend, keep it basic, simple, like we have done in previous games. But no, we give away a meaningless foul, about 30 yards out, I would say. Lovely ball in, by the way. I think it was Bruno Guimaraes with the assist. And then Fabian Schär just taps at the back post. And this is when we're going to come into the man like Queen Keller. If you make a decision in life, stick with it. Don't bottle it. That's what I'm more worried about. That's what I'm more pissed off about with Kelleher. It's not the fact that he came out goal. It's the fact that he came out goal and thought, shit. Like, losing concentration. All he had to do was possibly... I've watched the replay back sometimes. He could have easily punched the ball out of play. Probably could have caught it. Or just try and defend the box and hope the ball just goes out of play. Mark your man at the back stick in Fabian Schär. Right? And it was a poor defending set piece from Liverpool. The ball was very much over here as well. It was a bit of luck from Bruno Guimaraes. But all in all, that costed us last night. And then obviously 5 minutes to go, we're like 3-3. Okay, fair, cool. Positives from the game: the subs. The subs were really good. I want to see Diaz. I think if the subs who came on started the game, I don't think we're sat here with moments. I'm not dissing the players that played last night in the Joro Contas and the Joe Gomez's, but I think Slot would have learned a lot last night. Joro Contas is simply not a right back. Don't put him at right back again. He wasn't sensational against Manchester City when he came on, and he wasn't great last night. I would honestly, I'm glad McAllister is actually missing the derby. In all serious, I am, because I don't think he's been particularly great in the past 3 to 4 games, and I've made that opinion clear. People can come for me all they like. He's not been great in the past couple of games. There's been too many times where he's been stood still with the ball, trying to turn, and the team's won it back. Bosh. Ryan Gravenberch probably played his worst game last night of the season for Liverpool. It's been absolutely magnificent. If you're putting players of the season for Liverpool, you probably have Salah, Van Dijk, and maybe Gravenberch in third place, to be honest with you. Absolutely amazing. But last night, it was off it. Curtis Jones is just a baller. Cody Gakpo, isolated at times. I thought, don't even get me started on this man. 2-3 chances. Absolutely bowled it. Darwin Núñez has played 18 games this season. He's on 3 goals and 2 assists. That's simply not good enough for a man that we paid 85 million for. We paid 85 million for a striker in 18 games to get his 3 goals and 2 assists. This isn't Manchester City, where we can just easily be like, okay, in January, we'll go and get Gyökeres. It's fine. Cool. Don't worry. No, We have to pursue with this man. We have to stick with this man, unfortunately. Look, I'm not hating on Darwin Núñez. I'm not saying he should be sold. I'm not saying this and that. For me, he's okay as an impact sub. That is what he is. Comes on, causes chaos, causes distraction, everything like that. As a sub, box, cool. And that's what I want to see from him now on. He's had his chances now. Trent was brilliant. I thought he was good against Manchester City, and I could understand why Slot didn't start him. I think the medical team probably just advised him not to play. Due to probably the fact of we don't want to rush him back from injury. Dominic Szoboszlai, I thought was great. I think Szoboszlai has been really good, by the way, since the Southampton game. I think the past couple of games he's been really good. Manchester City, he was good last night. He was good against Southampton, Madrid. I think he's been the past 3-4 games. He's starting to turn the clock a bit, starting to gel into Slot system, starting to add a bit more to his game. Sometimes he isn't pretty on the ice, like people can get frustrated with him, but the work that we're starting to see with him is really coming to fruition. Luis Diaz, brilliant. I mean, there was a time at a point last night where he tried to take like 3-4 man on. He actually got past them all, and obviously he tripped. People was calling for a penalty on that. But all in all, look, it's a point. It could turn out to be a really good point to last night. I mean, credit to Newcastle as well. They were brilliant. I thought they were really good in the first half. The way they played how we did against Manchester City, pressing our midfield down, not leaving time to breathe on the ball. Hence why Gravenberch, McAllister was stood still and losing the ball quite a few times. And I thought Newcastle's game plan was really good. And to be honest, they probably did deserve a point at least. So we can't. It's not like we were absolutely scintillating last night and scary, and it was a 3-3 draw. It's a point on the road. I mean, look, we are going to drop points in a title race. I feel like we can't just be expected as fans just to, right, that's it, draw, oh my God, season's done. No, it's not. Relax, calm. We're 7 points ahead. Yes, we've got a few injuries, but lucky enough they're not long spell injuries. They're 3 to 5 week injuries, right? So the way I've been looking at this, I said this to a few people, get to the end of the month with a good points tally, a nice gap still. 7 points is still good. It's not like we've just thrown it all away in a game. No. Now, if we, as we're going to speak a little bit about the derby, onto the derby, I'm not going to speak too much about the derby because I want to do a proper preview for that tomorrow, because obviously then we play on Saturday. But a couple of things I would change in the derby would be the team. Things that I would change. Trent obviously starts, simple. Szoboszlai comes in, Diaz comes in, Gakpo comes out, Darwin comes out. You maybe go Jarell Quans at centre back. I think Everton are going to try and make it rough and up and physical for us, and I feel like Kwanzaa can suit that. So you probably go Kwanzaa at centre back. But in terms of news that we have on the injuries, Alisson is expected to be definitely back this month. We know that Jota should be hopefully back this month. We know that Kanate should be back end of the month, early January. That's when I've seen reports about. Who else do we have out injured? Chiesa actually, by the way, played for the under-21s last night and scored. So we're just building up his fitness. So he's not actually injured. We're just having to build up his fitness. Don't forget, he's not in the pre-season. He's not played in a while. He's been injured. So we're just building up that fitness. Kostas Tsimikas, I'm not too sure how long he's out for. Conor Bradley should be back apparently at the end of the month. So I feel like We just got to get to the end of this month. And that's the way I look at it. We just got to get to the end of this month. Let's have a quick look at our fixtures before we end the stream here. So obviously we've got Everton in 2 days. Then we've got Girona. I think the Girona game, I actually can't wait for the Girona game because I think it's going to be a much game where we need to rest a lot of players. And I think Arne Slot is probably going to do that. I think you're going to see the likes of Mohamed Salah rested. You're going to see the likes of Virgil van Dijk rested. You're going to see the likes of probably Ryan Gravenberch, McAllister's, the Robertsons rested. I think you're going to see a big change in team. No disrespect to Girona, no disrespect to the other teams in the Champions League, but Liverpool are ultimately a win away from qualifying. And if all goes wrong against Girona, imagine if we get a point or we actually somehow win there with a much changed side. Girona hasn't been the same team as last year. Let's remember that this isn't the Girona of last year. Otherwise, you could probably make a different case for it. But now we have this Girona game to rest players. Because then you think about it, right? We've got the derby on Saturday. We then play a week later again in the league. That could be a nice break for the lads. Another fully week off, because some of them would enter international and they would have played. Get a fully week off for the likes of Virgil, for the likes of Salah, for the likes of Robertson. Get Gravenberch, the McAllister. Full rest for those, and we've seen Diaz starting to get a bit of a rest. I think Slot's just working his way through the team to try and rest certain players, with the likes of Szoboszlai, the likes of Luis Diaz you saw last night. I think he just wanted to give them a bit of a rest. If I'm being honest with you, then obviously Southampton in the cup. I think that's going to be a slight B team, A team, and then Tottenham. So our fixtures, right? Yes, all being that we're all winnable games, but I don't think they're as bad as everyone's making out to be. Because Everton full strength, Girona we don't go full strength, Fulham go full strength. We've got a week in between the Fulham and the Everton game, which is good. Southampton game, we're not going to go full strength, so we then got another week of full week off for a lot of players to get ready for the Tottenham game. And then they've obviously got a few days off over Christmas for Boxing Day, Leicester, and then West Ham. And then they've got about just under a week for Manchester United, then Accrington, then Forest, Brentford, Lille, Ipswich. We have got somewhat of a tough run, you could argue. When do we actually next play Man City? We've got Man City, Newcastle. Our last 5 games: Palace, Brighton, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham. I mean, Liverpool always get up for big games. I've seen fans always thinking, oh my God, we need the biggest gap possible, because have you seen our last 5 games? Yes, our last 5 games are tough. It's not like we're playing Ipswich at home every week. Tottenham, we always win at home against them. Chelsea away, obviously, is tough. Arsenal never beat us at Anfield. Brighton is away tough, and then Palace is the last day. So people need to stop being so reactionary. Like, this squad has just got through a tough period, quote unquote, tough period, without a loss. So people need to relax a little bit, need to heavily relax. I'm not too concerned. I'm not being arrogant, but the derby is obviously going to be massive. Everton Football Club are going to be massively up for this. On Saturday, it's the last derby at Goodison Park. It's a game that we have to win. It's as simple as that. If we draw at Goodison Park, then yes, you could possibly start to ask a couple of questions like, okay, Newcastle away a point, Everton away a point. That all of a sudden, that gap that we just built on Manchester City and Arsenal has just squinched. Arsenal have got, I believe, Fulham at the weekend. They're going to beat Fulham, right? So if we drop points at the weekend, that could go to 5. And then for Manchester City, that could go to 7. From 7 to 11 in a week is huge. Liverpool needs a must win on let's go through some of the comments. Embarrassing individuals. Darwin's time is up. Yeah, you could argue that. Is his time, bro? Hey, bro, how are you? Good, mate. I just subbed. Do you know Leo's goals? Yeah, I do. I've watched a few of his content. Yeah, Leo goals. Yeah, I've seen his. He makes brilliant content. He makes brilliant content. Big up to Leo Goals, man. His TikToks and his shorts are brilliant. Did you hear what he said? No, I haven't. Oh, that he thinks there is too much hate for Darwin and Kelleher. My reaction to that, I mean, look, I like Leo's Goals content. I like his content, but I think he's wrong, if I'm being honest with you. Like, let's not cut a spade here. Kelleher wasn't great last night, but he has been amazing. So I'm not going to hate on Kelleher. Like, Kelleher is allowed. I'm not saying he's allowed to make a mistake, but he has been brilliant for us this season. So I think Kelleher, in terms of the hate, look, nope, I don't want to be giving our players actual hate. I'm not against that. Against a bit of criticism, they're allowed criticism though. That we are simply weren't good enough. I agree. No need to attack players after that draw. I mean, people need to give credit to Newcastle, mate, if I'm being honest with you. People need to give credit to Newcastle. Like, they were brilliant. The way they pressed us down, Gravenberch and McAllister, at times, they used the game plan that we did against Manchester City, and it worked. And to be honest, I saw a tweet last night. Liverpool should tackle games like they did against Aston Villa and Manchester City. We do that every game, we win every game. And I want to see us do that, especially against Everton in the derby, because the fans are going to be up for it. They're just coming back off a massive win against Wolves. We've got to use the game plan we did against Manchester City, against Everton. No need to attack players after the draw in the first half. 100%, mate. But yeah, Leo's goals, he makes good content, man. I would love to collab with him one day. He's one of my dream Liverpool content creators that I would love to collab with. Derby must win. It is a must win, mate. The derby is actually massive. The derby is. We have to win that. Like, we've got no excuses if we don't beat Everton. It's obviously going to be a tough place. Goodison Park is always tough, you know. I'm just going to reply to this text. But yeah, I think we just need to relax a bit. But yeah, the derby is 100% a must win. Do you think we can go through a wobble patch? I mean, this is what I don't want to see. Like, everyone's entitled to an opinion. Everyone is entitled to an opinion, but I don't want to see people now thinking, oh, that's it, we're going to go through a wobble patch. Just relax. It's been one game. Like, we can't expect to win every single game from now to the end of the season. That is absolutely obscene. It's not like we've gone away to Ipswich and it's a 3-3 draw. Then you could probably make more of a case, right? But we've gone to one of the toughest away grounds this season. Newcastle United are a tough place to go. We saw that last season. We've seen it time and time before. They've beaten Arsenal at home this season. They've beaten Manchester City, albeit they've not been great this season, but they've beaten Manchester City, they've beaten Arsenal. They've been brilliant at home. They've been brilliant at home for years, and they always will be. You saw that last season in the Champions League when the spanks were on Paris Saint-Germain. So I think people just need to relax. But the December period is always tricky. You always see mad results. I remember last year, Aston Villa, in the space of a week, beat Manchester City, beat Arsenal, all within the space of 4 or 5 days. You see mad results in December. Like, we can't expect this team to go and win every single game. It's simply not going to happen. This is Slot's first season. There's going to be times where he's going to try things out. And there's going to be errors, and it's going to happen. But it's about a trial and error at the football club. It's his first season. And Slot would have learned a lot last night. And he's learned a lot already, even by winning games. So I think people just need to relax a bit. But people, we are going to leave it there. It was meant to be only a quick 10-minute video speaking about last night's game. Make sure you do smash that like, subscribe. We're on the road to 700 subscribers. Make sure you do follow me on the TikTok. I think we're not far from 200 followers on the TikTok. We'll be back tomorrow with a preview for the Merseyside derby after seeing Slot's press conference tomorrow. And yeah, take care. Have a good rest of your day, whatever you're doing. Finish football on tonight. Bournemouth, Tottenham in there. So maybe I might give that a cheeky watch. And yeah, up the Reds. Smash the likes. Take care. Have a good weekend.